The purses.
Yeah, I wanted to support them. Go to bat for them so they can stay training, concentrate on training. They don't have to worry about it. So yeah, there were fees involved. After the fact, if it was worth it, if they made $1,000, $2,000, you don't take no money from the fighter like that. $5,000 or better, then I bust my ass to make that. Then, but I learned the ins and outs. Then I was ridiculed, I was insulted. People that don't know me don't know what my intentions, my motives were for becoming an advocate within the sport of women's boxing. I just kept doing what I needed to do. And 10 years later, here I am, the executive director of the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame. Sue Fox, our president and founder,
And she's based in Phoenix or Vegas?
No, she's out in Portland.
Okay,
she's out on the West Coast.
Okay.
And Sue Fox, she saw the potential, and she saw the honesty and the transparency of what this is all about with Eddie. And so she plays it. She's always supported me. There's several people that supported me, and they understand where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They understand where I'm at with respects to advocating for women fighters. I talked to all, after learning, because I knew Mauricio and Jose and Suleiman because I had them. May he rest in peace. He was WBC champ many years ago. So through that, I started working on behalf of those that are within the top 15. Get us a shot, bring us up, give us a volunteer. I started basically begging for the opportunities. And some got it, some don't. Some were mismatches that were not comfortable, I wasn't comfortable with. And so, I just continued. Like I said, Mia, St. John, Christy Martin. I started off with Brooke Deardoff. And along the line, I had, the blessing of representing Mary McGee when she fought Holly Holm. I had, I can go down the line, There's so many, I've worked closely with Melissa Hernandez as well. Miriam Lamarais, the French former world champ, I've worked with her. Currently, I'm working with Susie Kateki, with the Serranos as an agent, which means basically I'm the guy that's going out there knocking on the doors. I'm the guy that's picking up the communications with their manager Jordan, and I've been given the privilege of what do you call it, working with them and using my ability, contacts, and the reputation to make stuff happen, like this fight with Jasmine. That was a team effort. It wasn't nothing that I did that was great. It was a team effort. And I'm excited for them. I jump around because my mind is I'm trying to go back, but I'm in New York. I'm reminiscing. My mind is all over the place. But women's boxing to me is very important. Women's boxing to me is not more important than my family, but it's just as important because to me it is not a percentage. Everybody you deserve to get paid for your work. It's not about some guys get $5,000 and tell the girls it's $2,500. So now you're stealing $2,500 from them. Then not only are you giving them $2,500, you're telling them, hey, now you got to give me my percentage, which is 25-30%. So now that doesn't fucking make sense. And that's why I came into this. I came into this to educate the girls. They don't need, none of these female boxers need a manager. All they need is to manage themselves and have someone they can trust that can do the stuff that a manager would do. Get them signed and let them, all fighters should manage themselves. Yeah, you have an agent that can knock the, you can't train and stress and sponsorship. That's why you have me or a team to go do all these things. That said, from when I started to now, I can comfortably say that, it's been some progress with respects to the action. Mexico, we know, it's the mecca of women's boxing in this case. Argentina's dead, it's dying. That's all those promoters, all of them stole from the girls. All the girls been educated, and there's been some improprieties, like with the Farias when she, not Farias, Soledad Matissa when she fought the rematch with Jelena. A promoter told her it was the next amount of money, and it was triple that, So she let him go, and that's the thing. There's a few promoters, a couple in Argentina, a couple, elsewhere, I don't like controversy. I'm short for words, I don't like controversy, but the thing of the matter is, my responsibility, not as a person with the WBAN or the executive director of the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame, but morality, tells me, you know what, that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. I come in as Eddie, I'm just Eddie, If I've been blessed to represent, I've been blessed to travel, is because the fighters, these ladies, they allow me, and their team allow me to become part of their team, like Diana Cordero, Shannon O'Connell, Susie Ramadan as well. I'm now working with Hannah Gabriel. She acquired me as her agent, so we're working on a title fight for her in Costa Rica in March. A lot of things, women's boxing to me has so much potential. It has the potential this year to break that glass ceiling. You have Amanda, Clarissa, Marlene Esparza just was signed by Oscar. Floyd, he's looking into a couple of, he's got one female, but he's looking into other females, And so that was the goal. The goal was to bring attention to the sport, bring like some kind of people have to really, you have to see the sport. You have to not only see this, you have to be involved, you have to read in order for you to really understand the sport. These are not women that box. These are not women boxers. These are athletes. These are fighters. Like, in the beginning, I was writing female boxers, women boxers, and I stopped all that because they're athletes. These are athletes. These are not female boxers. These are not girls that fight. These are, they're women, but they're athletes. So once we separate that and we understand that they're athletes, that they're not girls that just decide to put on gloves, the respect will be there, the opportunities will open up some more. And that takes people like us, people that have you as a reporter, covering the fights, reporting on it, me as an advocate, others, and start weeding out these rats, they're stealing from the girls, they're mismatching them. Then they're not giving them the real opportunities that they deserve. It goes for the sanctioning bodies. All sanctioning bodies know me, and they know that I've argued, but I've argued professionally, and I've been firm. I mean, I've been angry with why you giving other people the opportunity when, hey, we've already went through a certain sequence of procedures to place this person in either a mandatory or a voluntary position. Example, Shannon O'Connell won the silver title. She's defended it 3 times. We were supposed to win the title, maybe defend it once, and immediately Alicia Ashley. Her team opted to give a voluntary. After the voluntary, win or lose, we take the winner. WBC agreed. It's not Mauricio, because Mauricio is the president, but the WBC is Malte Mueller. Real nice guy, At the end of the day, it didn't happen. Fatuma Sarika defeated Ashley. Now they're discussing the rematch. But see, that's the thing. That's where there's this is an impropriety insofar as teams had discussed prior. We basically negotiated and everything and put it on hold based on the voluntary that they wanted to seek. They thought they were going to beat this girl. They didn't. So you out, because the thing was we take the winner. And I went back and forth with that. And again, I don't like controversy. We're colleagues. I'm not going to mention names, but her manager,